So live from the Peny Radio studio, and we are airborne. When you hear this voice, it is your most educative and insightful program on Ghana's leading online radio. Grammar check. Just check that grammar. It is another exciting edition of Grammar Check. And here again, we bring you nothing but the best. Up next is our first segment, and that is the grammatical expression. In this edition of our Grammar Check, we are going to look at 3 often misused English language phrases and the correct use of each of them. So today, under the grammatical expression, we have 2 phrases and 1 word. The first phrase is inter-schools. Inter with a hyphen before the schools. So, inter-schools, inter-schools. And the second word is serviceable, serviceable, serviceable. The third one is in the known, known spelled K-N-O-W-N, in the known. This and many more. Please stay tuned.
Peny Radio. Peny Radio. You live on Peny Radio, your number 1 online Christian radio station. Peny Radio.
So as usual of me, I'm going to put all these phrases and the 1 word into sentences for better understanding. Now the first one is inter-schools. Inter-schools. This is very common unless you've never been to the senior high school before. Inter-schools. Now the first sentence under this phrase is the inter-schools football competition is unlikely to happen. The inter-schools football competition is unlikely to happen. This is incorrect. Now, the correct sentence should be the inter-school football competition is unlikely to happen. The inter-school football competition is unlikely to happen. So, take notice of this. The first one, which was incorrect, I added S to the schools after inter. But in the second one, I didn't add any S to the school. So we have inter-school. This is the reason. Now the prefix. Now we have something called prefix and then suffix. So the prefix is the word at the beginning and the suffix is the end. So if I have something like premeditated, the pre there becomes the prefix. And if I have shameless, now the less attached to the shame becomes the suffix. Let's move on. Now the prefix, which is the beginning word, so the last phrase under this segment is in the known. In the known. The known spelled K-N-O-W-N. In the known. Now, let me put them into sentences for better understanding. Example number 1, under in the known. Those in the known are concluding that Victor will be selected as the head prefect. Those in the known are concluding that Victor will be selected as the head prefect. This is wrong. The correct expression should be those in the know. So know without an N. Those in the know are concluding that Victor will be selected as the head prefect. Correct. Those in the know are concluding that Victor will be selected as the head prefect. As I've been saying all the time, in the know is a fixed idiom and as such does not allow for insertion of other words. So those in the know, not those in the known. This is where I bring an end to the first segment. I'll go on a very short commercial break. I'll return with more. Stay tuned.
On Peny Radio, your number one online Christian radio station.
Welcome back to Grammar Check. And before I continue, I would implore each and every one of us to do well to download the Peny Radio app on both your Android phones and then your iPhones. Just key in the word Peny Radio and you will be served. Peny Radio. And also don't forget to like all our pages on social media. That's on Facebook and Twitter at PenyGH. But on YouTube, you can subscribe to PenyGH. That's our channel on YouTube. Now, when you have this done, what you are sure of is that you are exposed to all our programs at your convenience. There is no need to wait for me coming here. You can just refer to archives and then you will be served. So, to move on, I would ask that you do well to visit our website also at www.penygh.com. penygh.com. And to sponsor or support any of our shows or Peny Radio as an entity, you can get in touch with our WhatsApp line on 054 3829 571. 054 382 9571. 054 382 9571. On now to our second segment on today's program, we have the Error Buster. The Error Buster. For those listening to us or watching us for the first time, the Error Buster is where our viewers and listeners get to know the correct pronunciation of English words. And for today's word, we have C-R-E-A-T-E. C-R-E-A-T-E. And the word is pronounced create, not crate. Create. So you see that line? Now I would explain that when I get to my figure of speech. Create. 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 But this one is create, to form, to make, to do. So create. Same way we have creator, not creator. 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 So please take notes. So now to our penultimate segment on the show, we have our idiomatic expression. And for today, we have a very interesting one. That's to be led by the nose. To be led by the nose. And to be led by the nose simply means to be made to follow blindly. To be made to follow blindly. So if I want to put it in a sentence, I can go this way. Be careful not to be led by the nose during your exams. Be careful not to be led by the nose during your exams. I'll return with the last segment and hopefully wrap up on today's edition of Grammar Check. Do stay tuned to Peny Radio. I'll be back. So once again, I want to beg that you follow us on all our social media handles at PenyGH on both Facebook and Twitter, and same with YouTube, but you have to subscribe to that channel in order to get access to all our content. So before I wrap up, I want us to look at the final segment, the last segment, and that's going to be our figure of speech for today. For today's word, we have cadence, 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 spelled C-A-D-E-N-C-E, C-A-D-E-N-C-E. Cadence simply means rhythmic movement in verse. The rise and fall of the voice in speaking. That's why when I was mentioning the create, I said you would get to understand when we move further. Rhythmic movement in verse. The rise and fall of the voice in speaking. So someone can go this way. I am the Lord your God. You see, the voice keeps moving up and down. The rise and fall in voice, whenever you're speaking, is known as cadence. Cadence, cadence, spelled C-A-D-E-N-C-E, C-A-D-E-N-C-E. The word is cadence. The rise and fall in voice when one speaks is known as cadence. I'll be back to wrap up on the show, first with the safety tips, then I say a very goodbye to all of you. So as always, Peny Radio cares so much for its listeners and viewers, and as such, we want to beg you to observe all spelled out safety protocols. by both the World Health Organization and the Ghana Health Service. Ensure that when you go out, your face mask is on, especially when you are in a crowd or a crowded area, when you are before a friend and having or engaging in a conversation. Make sure your face mask is on. Please, when you are going out, ensure that you have an alcohol-based hand sanitizer on you. And also ensure that you respect that social distancing protocol, in as much as the restrictions have been eased, to ensure that we sit in full capacity in the various transport means or means of transport. We have to take responsibility of our own safety. Ensure that you have your hand sanitizer on you, so that anytime you engage with anyone, you just rub it nicely around your hand or in your palm. And also ensure that you are neat at all times, so that the virus doesn't make its way comfortably in your circle. Please do this for us. We cherish your life and we hope you stay safe out there.
Peny Radio. You live on Peny Radio, your number one online Christian radio station. Peny Radio.
So I hope you enjoyed this edition. Do stick and stay with Ghana's number one online radio. Ghana's number one online radio, Peny Radio, for more insightful content in our next edition. Please, until then, I am yours truly, Yeple Victor. Bye bye.